As the Russian invasion of Ukraine enters 67th day, Ukrainian President Zelenskyy urged Russian soldiers to not fight in Ukraine, saying even their generals expected that thousands of them would die. He said that Russia has been recruiting new troops with little motivation and little combat experience for the units that were gutted during the early weeks of the war, and that those units could be thrown back into battle. He further claimed, and he made a bold claim while at it, stating that Russian commanders fully understand that thousands of them will die and thousands more will be wounded in the weeks to come.
The Russian commanders are lying to their soldiers when they tell them they can expect to be held seriously responsible for refusing to fight. The Russian army is preparing additional refrigerator trucks for storing the bodies. They don't tell them about the new losses the generals expect. Every Russian soldier can still save his own life. It's better for you to survive in Russia than to perish on our land.
Abhishek Bhalla now reports from Kiev, getting us all the very latest. Abhishek, you're reporting from ground zero over there, and Zelenskyy has given out a warning to Russia. Is this going to make any difference whatsoever?
Well, Chaiti, it's very clear that this battle is going to continue, and there is relentless fighting, especially in the eastern part. I'm in Kharkiv right now, and as I speak, you can imagine, I'm not at an outdoor location. I'm in a basement because the hotel where we are staying, which is only open for volunteers and journalists and not for public at large, isn't allowing us to go out right now because there is a lot of shelling going around in the area. There are air sirens that can be heard. So we are stuck here. We are not allowed to move out from this place. We've been traveling in the eastern part of Ukraine, and it's very clear that the focus of the war perhaps is going to be the eastern side, the Donbas region. Russia has been saying that they are in control of several places, but the factual situation on the ground is quite different. There are several areas where Ukrainian forces are still occupying key positions, and as a result of that, there's a fierce battle raging in some of those places, even as the Russian forces are trying to advance towards Kharkiv.
All right, Abhishek, you say stay safe, and thank you for that ground report. We'll keep coming back to you for more on this. Ukraine has mounted a far better resistance to Russian forces than many have expected, with the help of arms and ammunition from the West. The United States is ramping up military support for Ukraine, sending consignments of M777, 155mm ultra-light artillery guns and brimstone-shaped ship-based guided missile system to hold off Russia's advances. Here's a news report.
Ukraine's fight back. Its monumental homeland defense for over 2 months has overwhelmed world headlines. A former Soviet state flooded with Western weapons to take on a gigantic invader has come to define a reloaded Cold War amidst the heat of a very real battle. And now, after over 2 months of death, destruction and damage, 2 more Western weapons have been lined up for the Ukrainian military. The United States has just cleared consignments of M777 155mm ultra-light artillery guns for Ukraine. A handy and powerful weapon is also in service with the Indian Army. On Thursday, the US Department of Defense released these images of M777 guns loaded into C-17 transport jets for a ferry flight to Ukraine. The Australian government has also shipped sets of M777 guns to Ukraine. The M777 is an ultra-light howitzer gun that has seen action in Afghanistan, with the capability to fire shells, including smart shells, to ranges of anywhere between 25 and 40 kilometers, and will highly welcome for Ukrainian border artillery units looking to target Russian positions. The other weapon system cleared for delivery to Ukraine is the brimstone ship-based guided missile system. British media reports suggest that the weapons could be supplied both in their anti-ship as well as land attack versions. The missile could pack formidable close-in punch on small ships and boats in the Black Sea, a theatre where the Ukrainian military scored the mother of all kills recently with the claimed sinking of Russia's Moskva cruiser. The brimstone could prove an even bigger nuisance to the Russian Navy's Black Sea assets. The two new Western weapons join a steady flow of military hardware into Ukraine, allowing the invaded nation to mount a credible defense of territory despite the enormous damage done to its soil. The weapons have been cleared at a decisive time in the combat. The latest Russian missile attacks on Kyiv, weeks after Russia had de-escalated in Ukraine's capital, suggest that Putin's war machine could still attack in areas it disengaged from. The escalation ahead will clearly see more advanced weapons and likely more destructive combat. Bureau Report, India Today.